Okay, so first off, we're starting the fight with stamp upward cut, because I don't think repeating thrust is really worth it, and stuff like flaming strike is not allowed for weapon only because the flame part is not allowed. I mean, I guess you're allowed to use like the flame buff for it, but like if the part where you throw flame out hits an enemy, then it's not a weapon only run anymore. So anyway, yeah, so I don't think repeating thrust is worth it, and impaling thrust is like fine, but it's kind of just like a slightly better charge R2 in terms of damage, I think. And in my experience, or my like very quick testing, it seemed to miss a lot because like the tracking on impaling thrust is not good. So I know I don't want to like randomly miss an impaling thrust in the middle of a fight, but stamp uppercut has like a couple uses, and it is like a very supercharged charge R2 basically. So yeah, you'll see what I mean here. It does a lot more damage, and it like sends her flying up into the air like that. So basically you want to wait for her to like kind of be mostly done, because in my little testing, it's actually possible to start up the stamp uppercut like too early. Because if you dodge her and do it like as early as possible, then she'll still have hyper armor, and it won't like send her up into the air. So just like figure out the timing and like don't go too fast, and it'll send her up in the air every time. And then afterward, you can either walk up or like crouch to cancel the stamp animation, or like the upward cut, like after the after animation. But yeah, like you should have enough time to do both if you want to just walk up or block cancel or crouch to cancel the animation and start moving faster. And then when you walk up, I don't know if you've done this before, Kelp, but this is like, it's called like a feint attack. I usually call it like a backstep R2 or like a R2 backstep. It's basically like you press sprint or roll like while you're charging a heavy attack like an R2, and what it does is like it like sends you backwards a bit, which is nice to get away from whatever enemy you're hitting. And then I think it also does, at least it does on the S stock, it does more damage than a normal R2. So that does 656. So we can see what a normal tap R2 does later. But yeah, it should do a little bit more damage, and it also like allows you to move backwards to get away from the boss to like build space, which is nice. So I think this is like the like optimal like punish for the beginning, setting up that like sending her up in the air and then doing this punish afterward to sort of balance like comfort and like dealing damage. Okay. Then here, yeah, you see with the backstep, she like you can get far away enough from her that you don't have to dodge anything after, or at least if it's like a close range attack. And then this, I don't know how like comfortable you are with like strafing the just like outspacing the kick and then doing like a tap R2, but this is like that's going to be a big punish opportunity for this strategy, because I tailored this to like not use any like super precise strafes or dodges and stuff, or like punishes. I'm trying to keep it like pretty basic, just to make it like comfy for the end of a run and all that. But yeah, I think if you practice this for a while, you should get very comfortable with it. Just like walking backwards and then doing a tap R2 for the kick. And then if you're not aware, like you don't want to attack too early, because if you attack really early, then she'll still have hyper armor from the kick, and if she still has hyper armor, then she could do like an uppercut follow-up to the kick that can hit you if you're too close. So you want to make sure to attack her not too early after the kick, and you'll know that it's the right timing, because she'll get hit stunned like this. And then throughout this whole process, you'll see me like holding block there after my attack is over, and that's to like block cancel and like allow me to move faster, or like to move not faster but like allow you to move earlier to cancel the attack animation. It might not be necessary, I'm not totally sure, but it should make like everything, it should make like dodging waterfowls and stuff easier, because like the sooner you move, the more distance you can build earlier. It should just make everything easier. So it might not be required, but I would recommend like getting used to like holding block for a short moment after each punish, just to build up distance more quickly. And then here, yeah, you'll see throughout this, like I don't like pre-roll away from anything. So if you want to like follow this strategy, you'll have to learn to like react roll to the fast double, which maybe you already know how to do. I'm not sure, but yeah. And then here, just I think everybody knows how to roll the triple slash. And then I think you know how to distinguish between the slow and fast triple slash follow-up. If not, then like you'll know it's the slow triple slash follow-up when she has her head like higher in the air. I'll try to remember to like pause it or like go in slow motion next time she does a triple slash, so you can maybe see the difference. Like, but yeah, very early on you can determine if she's doing like a slow or fast triple slash by like how high her head is. At least that's the way most people talk about it. I kind of just do it based on feel, just because I've fought her so much. But I think for people learning, like actually looking for clues or cues about how to determine which one she's doing, they say to look at her head. So yeah, her head's high. So then the punish I recommend is just to like take a step back and start up a charge R2. So like you see here, I take a step back just to make sure the spacing is good, because you don't want to be too close, otherwise obviously the follow-up slash will hit you. But it's pretty easy to space, especially with the Epee, because it has a lot of range. So yeah, just get used to the spacing to not get hit, and then let you hit her afterwards. And yeah, so but if you just take a step back and then start doing a charge R2, it should work every time, basically. Just yeah, mind the spacing. And then there she does it again. And then instead of like running away and doing throwing daggers, my preferred strat is to just kind of wait for her to do something. It can put you in some like difficult situations, but if you play it right, like you should be able to still get out of like everything. I'll show you a clip later of me like doing this, and she does waterfowl like right in front of me, like at basically this distance, and I'm still able to get away from her. So like it is a consistent strategy. The bad part about it is you'll have to like react quickly to the fast double and also waterfowl to run away really quickly. But I mean that's kind of optional. If you can't get comfortable doing this, then yeah, you can still run away and like bait things with throwing daggers, but that's not what I'll be showing today. See another slow follow-up. Okay, wait, that was the fast triple slash. So let's see that. What is that? Man, maybe it's the opposite way. Maybe the fast one, the fast follow-up is where she has her head higher. Because yeah, her head is I think the fast follow-up, her head is higher, and then for the slow follow-up, her head is lower. Because this, at least to my eye, it looks like her head is higher there. Anyway, got that mixed up. Sorry. Yeah, when she does the fast triple slash follow-up, just kind of, I mean, if you want to get like advanced or whatever, you can like roll in on this and then do crazy things. But I'm trying to keep this simple. So just if she does the fast follow-up to the triple slash, just maintain distance and just wait for her to do like another thing, which is hopefully the slow follow-up, and you can get a nice charge or two punish on. And then yeah, one of the big reasons I like stamp upward cut is because after every riposte, you can do a stamp upward cut, and it's safe, and it like gives you a big punish. And then you see me crouch there to cancel the attack animation early so that I can start moving faster. and then do the back step R2 there and just get space. And yeah, you see here it's a pretty comfortable waterfowl dodge. And yeah, probably don't do the third flurry dodge like I do it. It gets me clipped a lot. It's more consistent at mid roll, I feel, but at light roll it feels kind of dangerous. So yeah, just keep doing the other waterfowl dodge you've been doing. And then there, yeah, after you can kind of handle this any way you want. For like after waterfowl is over, you can either like roll in, or like maybe roll into like a tap R2 or like a back step R2, or just like outspace it like I show here, and then do a running R1. I wouldn't do a running R2 here because sometimes, or like pretty often, she'll do a left or right hop and you'll miss, and it's probably still safe, but just to have like less of a, have it be like less precise, I would just do a running R1 after the waterfowl. Because yeah, hit stuns her a little bit, and she's not going to waterfowl immediately afterwards, so you don't have to worry about that. Yeah. And there you see the reacting to the fast double, which is, I mean, you'll have to get used to it if you want to follow this strategy. It is kind of hard, but you'll see it all the time, and it should eventually become consistent for you. And there, just another kick punish. Oh yeah, and then for the thrust here, most of the time you should be rolling backwards. Hopefully there'll be an example later where you'll be rolling forwards for it, because I can explain that as well. But yeah, basically like for most like ranges where you're kind of close-ish, like medium close-ish, just roll backwards. And oh yeah, a note about the back step R2 is it's better if you like hold down what's it called? If you hold down roll for a little while, because at least with the S stock, I had experiences where I would start up a charge R2 and then tap roll instead of hold it down, and it would do the back step R2, and then it would like buffer a roll immediately afterward, and that got me hit sometimes, until I figured out that you can just hold down R2 and sprint at the same time, like after rolling or something, and it will buffer the back step R2, which is better than trying to like time the roll input or the sprint input for the back step R2. There, back step R2. You just kind of, yeah, I don't know. I do this all the time. Like it's gonna happen a lot where you just kind of she's just kind of standing there walking towards you slowly. It is consistent to deal with, but yeah, you'll have to get used to it, or run away and do throwing dagger stuff if you like. Here, same thing for the grab and the thrust punish are essentially the same. Just roll backwards and do a tap or do the back step R2, get a little distance. And then here, you could handle this a number of ways for the uppercut after the triple slash. You could either like roll in, here I'll show it, like roll in, don't hold any direction, like, because if you hold a direction and jump, then you won't be able to like turn in midair, basically while you're locked on. But if you just do a neutral jump immediately after, and then do like a jump R2 input like that, I think that's the best punish, or yeah, I think that's about the best punish you can do. Unless you want to try to like outspace the slam after the uppercut, but I don't know, that has like a fair bit of range, and I'm usually not like super comfy outspacing it, so I mostly just roll into it. So you could do that, or you can like maybe run away from the slam and then like do a running R2 back in, or like a sprint JR2 back in. But just to keep it simple, I roll in, neutral jump, R2. That, and then yeah, this is like another big punish opportunity that can happen like all the time. When she does a left hop, like she's going left on your screen, the epee has like so much range that most of the time, if she does, or like, yeah, like all the time, if she starts from like melee range, like especially like this, or even like a little bit further away melee range, and she does a hop, then you can just do a tap R2 to punish that and like make her stop. So that'll be a big punish opportunity. Here, just more backstep R2s. And then here, if she did Waterfowl right here, you would probably get hit because like from here to the wall behind you, there's not really enough space. So yeah, if you want to like if you want to always run away from Waterfowl and not like roll in, or spin around her and do the close range Waterfowl dodge, you'll have to be really mindful of the, what's it called? Mindful of the arena and like your position within it. Because yeah, that got me hit when I was like practicing this, standing here, and she did Waterfowl and I had to run away, but there wasn't enough space to run away. Anyway, I'm sure you are familiar with all that. And here, yeah, you can see like very often she'll start up a kick when you're at mid-range with her, and you can just either like do like a tiny sprint away or just like keep walking backwards away and like face her, do a tap R2. That's a nice punish. And again, with this, just take a step backwards and then do a charge R2. Pretty nice. Then another stamp, crouch to cancel the animation and do a little backstep R2 there. Tap R2. But yeah, you see there, like she started out at a fair distance away, or maybe not. I guess this isn't really that far at all, but there's like a little bit of space here. Like yeah, if you have a little bit of space and she does the side hop to the left, like since the Epee has like such good range, you can very easily just do a tap R2. Oh yeah, here, this is what I wanted to explain earlier. If she does a, what is it? Or I guess, yeah, I could explain like multiple things here. So if she does like this getaway move where she kind of like hops away, spins away like that, if you get like at around this distance away from her at the end of it, it often makes her do a gap closing move, which you can punish. You'll see a few examples of that later, I think. But yeah, the basic like idea of it is, if you stand around here, she's often going to do a like a gap closing move, either the thrust or her like opening move. She'll do often. And I think sometimes she'll also grab, but that's not so common. But anyway, yeah, like try to like get to this distance and just see if she does anything. And then if she does a move, then punish it. If she doesn't do any move, then you can either use like a throwing dagger to get her back in the fight, or just like wait for her to approach you, which you'll probably see later. Yeah, but anyway, if she does a thrust from like medium longish range, like you see here, then you should like roll into it instead of rolling away from it. Because if she does a thrust at like this distance away and you roll backwards, then you won't be close enough after the thrust to punish it immediately. But if you roll forward, you'll be like right next to her, and you can do probably either a backstep R2 or a tap R2. I'm not sure it matters that much, but yeah, just punish it like that. You see here, she's just kind of walking towards us, waiting. Tap R2 punish there, roll through that. Charge R2 with the nice Epee spacing. Let's roll through it, wait for it to do another thing. Another charge R2. Backstep R2. And yeah, sometimes she'll stall, but if you just wait her, I mean, you can wait her out like this, or run away and do throwing daggers. It's really up to you. There's the uppercut slam and JR2 again. Okay. And then I know you're scripting phase 2, but I'll explain it anyway. maybe not so much detail, but yeah. Just in case something goes wrong, or if you want to have like a backup plan or whatever. Here it is. Let's see, you could either do like a running R2 or a jumping R2 to punish the flower, although I don't know. You might not use any of this anyway. Oh, but here's an important note. This can happen a lot in phase 1 as well. I don't think I showed it in this kill in phase 1, but when she does a move, like for example, like the left hop, and she does a single swing like across her chest there, and then just stops, because like if you're too far away, she'll stop like this every time when she does that single slash. I would recommend like getting good at reading this single slash, because it happens in a lot of different situations, and once you see it, you'll be able to recognize it and like punish it with a running R2 like you see here. Because yeah, if you're too far away, she'll stop every time, just like that, and you can recognize it quickly and do a running R2. If you recognize it, but you recognize it like too late and you realize that the time has passed, then you should probably just leave it alone and like remain at mid-range and wait for her to do something else. But if you recognize it quickly, then you can do like a running R2 every time, like that. And with the Epee having like such like long range on its running R2, it's pretty comfy, I'd say. And then this, you'll see it like you'll see this a lot in phase 2. After like a lot of punishes, she'll counter with a kick from the right, like that, like from your right. And then if you just keep walking backwards, you'll outspace it as long as you started with a little bit of space. But yeah, you'll have to, like, if you started like point blank and she does it, you'll have to like roll into it and do like a backstep R2 or something. But I think in like all the examples I'm gonna showcase, you'll have enough space to just like keep walking backwards and do a tap R2. Like she won't ever get hit stunned after it, but it's still a safe punish. I've been testing it for a while and it is safe. And then there, if she does like the, like I guess we'll call it like the phase 2 slam with the flower, and you recognize that the little like flower butterfly explosion thing is gonna happen, then you should immediately do a charge R2. Although you have to be like a little bit careful, because if you roll this and you don't like start up the charge R2 fast enough, then it's possible that she will start up a hyper armor move before you hit her. So if you're going to do this punish, then it's important to start up the charge R2 as fast as you can, like as soon as you recognize that this is the butterfly explosion and not something else. Yeah, and if you recognize it like too late, then you can do like a tap R2 or a backstep R2, just not a charge R2. That's charge R2 only if you recognize it right away and start charging it immediately. There, just tap R2 on the kick. Backwards. Yeah, and then this will happen a lot in phase 2. You'll do a thrust, or she'll do a thrust, you'll roll backwards on it and try to punish it, but she goes up in the air too quickly. Like that's totally fine. There's no danger there. Just you'll learn to recognize like what's happening and shouldn't have too much trouble with it. And yeah, this is just the same thing we saw before. Almost looks like the same picture, but yeah, charge R2 as soon as you recognize that it's the explosion. And then there, just tap R2 on the left hop. Keep doing this. And then there, you might know this already, but in case you don't, like you wanna, if you get the, what is it, the clones, like you'll wanna move, like always be moving, like right when the clones happen, because if you stand still when the clones happen, they don't track correctly, and they can like actually like go in like weird directions and hit you because they're not like behaving the way they normally do. But yeah, if you just like wiggle around while the clones are coming out, then should be fine. It's just I prefer back, forward, back, but you can dodge the clones however you feel comfortable. And then I think you can actually punish this if you roll backwards and get close to her like this after it's done. I think it's a safe punish, but I haven't like tested that a bunch, and I'm not like super comfortable doing it, so it is what it is. It's fine to just leave it alone after. Just play it safe. And then here, for this attack, you could probably just like double roll it backwards if you like. But I prefer when she does this like lunging slash, I prefer to roll away and then sprint away afterwards, because she can either follow up with this, or she'll often do a fast double right after. And if you sprint away, then you'll outspace it. And oh yeah, and here you see that she does the single slash across her chest and then like stops. And then you recognize it and you do a running R2. So you have like a little bit of a window to recognize it. It doesn't have to be like super fast, but yeah, just be mindful of that. Running R2. Backstep R2. Charge R2. That, yep. And then yeah, after a certain point, it just becomes like stuff I've already explained. And here, just strafe the Aeonia, skip ahead a little bit here. Punish this the same way. Tap R2 on left top. Yep. Yeah, I'm not sure we'll see anything new that I need to explain. That was a little bit close here. The phase 2 kick that comes from your right, it can be kind of deceptive because like you see here, she's kind of far away and it looks like there's plenty of space, but she actually like moves forward quite a bit when she actually does the kick itself, and you see here that it ends up like very close to my face. So this was a bit close, but it was just good enough to not get hit by it. So yeah, be careful about that. It's after a while and you get used to it, it shouldn't be a big issue. But yeah, if I probably should be like walking straight backwards here instead of walking back right. But anyway. Oh yeah, you see here, if you're constantly walking backwards and like not like walking to the side a bit, you won't ever need to sprint the phase 1 kick that comes from the left here. And it might not have even been necessary in this case. If I recognize it right away, the phase 1 kick, then I will often, like, even if I feel like I need like a tiny bit of space, I'll often like start charging up like a tiny sprint. You see here, I just like sprint for just a fraction of a second just to get a tiny bit more space, and then let her kick, and then do the normal charger, or not charger, to tap R2 punish. But yeah, if you're already walking backwards when she starts it and you have some distance, then you don't need to do the micro sprint. You can just like walk backwards. But yeah, if you feel like you don't have enough space, you can either do like a tiny micro sprint if you recognize what she's doing fast enough, or just like roll away like normal and just let the punish go, like not do the punish. And then here, yeah, she'll do this a bunch. Like she goes up in the air and you're not like totally sure if she's gonna do the flower explosion or like melee follow-ups. In this case, she did like a melee follow-up, and like if you roll forward left and like you get on her right side here and just roll backwards after this, if you recognize that she's not doing the flower explosion, then you'll be safe no matter what she does, because she often does a triple slash follow-up, but it's like a different triple slash because like she doesn't really move forward with it like at all. So like no matter what melee follow-up she does, if you just roll forward left and then like roll backwards when you recognize that she's doing a melee follow-up and not the butterfly explosion, then you'll be safe. Anyway, in this case she doesn't do the triple slash, she does something else. Yeah, she does like the single slash across her chest, and we do the running R2, like I've talked about before. Okay, yeah. See here. See, this is like a good example. This is like a good example of like that you can start close to her, and yeah. I guess if I didn't say before, if it wasn't clear before, you should be walking backwards. Like yeah, for basically every punish, you should be pre-walking backwards, just in case she does waterfowl, and then probably doing like block canceling to get like a little bit more distance at the start, like so that to allow you to start walking faster, or to like start walking sooner. Because yeah, you see here she starts pretty, like this is pretty darn close, but I'm still able to get away with it because I know that in these situations you want to jump like pretty late. Like you see here, like I jump like right as I hear that the flurries are starting. Like, because if you jump really early, then I think that's like not as good of a dodge, or like it's not as lenient. So yeah, I think like a late jump is better generally. I guess another note, if you wanted to, and you were like block running, you could do. You might have just enough time to like jump twice. So like if I jumped right here, it might be a tiny bit more lenient, but also it might cause more problems. It's just hard to say because I don't know. It seems like you if you did jump twice, you might barely have enough time to jump twice because what is it? Because like sprint jumping is like a tiny bit faster than normal sprinting. So I don't know, you could experiment with jumping twice. That might make things more lenient if you can like fit in 2 jumps, but maybe I should test that actually. But yeah, I'll leave that up in the air for now. In any case, yeah, just a single late jump should be sufficient if you react quickly to the waterfowl. There it is. And here, just dodge Aeonia however you like. Skip ahead a little bit. Yeah, single slash across her chest. And there, yeah, I felt like I was... There, I felt like I was too close, or like didn't have enough space afterwards. So I just rolled it backwards. And then you can either roll backwards and just run away a little bit, like just let it go, let go of the punish, or you could also like roll into the phase 2 kick. You could roll into it and then do like a backstep R2 to punish it if you want. I mean, either is like fine. One gives you a bit more damage, but it's not really a big deal either way. If you feel like you don't have enough space, which yeah, I think that was the right call here. It feels like there's not quite enough space. Here, some more of that, and then yeah, this should be the end of the fight. But yeah, there it is. Here, this should be the high damage. What's it called? High damage example kill. Whenever I feel like starting it. And here, just like with the other example, don't do the stamp uppercut too early, but it should be pretty easy to get the timing down. And then here you'll see like and this is with 0 buffs. I have the same talismans as you, Kelp, but I don't have any buffs like Physic or Howl or Golden Vow or anything like that. Like it's just the talismans. And you'll see the damage here. Just stamp uppercut, do the backstep R2, backstep R2 on the grab, tap R2 on the left top. She walks away. There, roll in, other backstep R2, stagger. And like I think this damage is quite good. Like this is with 0 buffs, so if you get RNG like this, like the fight can go fairly quickly. Oh, I guess like another thing I can mention is like stamp uppercut is nice because you can just buy it from Bernal or his bell bearing. It's very easy to obtain. So yeah, it's really like no problem to get it as an extra Ashrevore on a run. Backstep R2, get a little distance. Very comfortable waterfowl dodge here. And I think I should do, yeah, running R1 to punish it if you like. Tap R2 on the left top. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you'll get like not so good RNG and you won't get like a punish for a while. It just kind of is what it is, unless you want to like get really I don't know, like advanced about like punishing like every move or something like some people do. But yeah, sometimes you'll kind of have like a little bad RNG and you won't get a punish for a while. But it is what it is. At least like with these strats anyway, you know. And there, yeah, you see like if you feel like you're not close enough on the left top to, yeah, like this was probably the right decision because she started up the left top like fairly far away. Like it might have worked anyway if you started walking forward immediately. But yeah, if you have any like doubts about your spacing, like not being close enough to do the tap R2 to interrupt her when she's doing the left top, just like rolling backwards and like forcing her to do the single, what's it called? The single slash across her chest. Like she'll actually do that every single time after the left hop, so that's a pretty easy situation. So yeah, if you're far enough away after the left hop, she'll do this single slash that I've been talking about, and then you can do a running R2 back in to punish that. Then there, just outspace it, do a charge R2. There, okay. Hey, I don't know if there'll be much to talk about because I already explained everything in the other kill. But like, I don't know, if you want to practice phase 2 as a backup for the script, then I don't think it'll be like that hard. I mean, you'll have to practice it for a while to get comfortable, of course, but it should be like it shouldn't be like that bad, I think. If you needed to fight her phase 2 just in case. Because yeah, again, this is without buffs, so if you like buffed at the beginning of this and had more damage because of that, then this fight will go even faster. I don't know why she's idling like that. Just does that sometimes. Tap R2 on the kick. Another tap R2 on another kick. Tap R2 on the phase 2 kick, and then here. Yeah, and then, yeah, you see there she does the... What's it called? She does like the like slam from high above and goes into a melee attack, and see there this one like it might take you a while to recognize if you haven't been practicing this a lot, but you can recognize that she's doing the single slash across her chest there. Since this is a different angle, it might be hard to recognize, but if you do recognize it, like it's still safe to punish this with a running R2 even if the angle is different. Anyway. There, still able to outspace that. Charge R2. And yeah, since this is like base new game, like not new game +7, then she'll stagger a lot more often and the fight will go a lot faster because of it. Then like here, stamp upward cut after riposte. I'm pretty sure this was entirely unnecessary. I think if I kept my nerve, I could have just outspaced this, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay, yeah, you see here, we're actually like a fair distance away from her, and you might think she's going to do the the melee follow-up to this, but she actually doesn't, so I don't know. I don't know if it's 100% determined by distance or if there's some RNG involved, but yeah, just in either case, like if she does the melee follow-up or the explosion follow-up, like rolling forward left and then determining like what to do afterwards is safe. It's there, she does the explosion and we kill her. Anyway. You'll see that, yeah, here, even, like, granted, you'll have to react quite fast to this if you want to survive. But yeah, if she is just approaching you and like idling and you let her walk up to you and do waterfowl, like even from this distance, you'll see it's still possible to run away and not get hit. Like yeah, you'll have to react quite fast, but it is a viable strategy, is what I'm saying. Because yeah, just do like a like right as she starts attacking, jump, and then yeah, you see that? Like I don't know. To me, like stuff like this is it feels criminal. This is just when I was practicing last night, trying to figure out like what I want to do with this strategy. So yeah, I don't know. If you react fast and run away, just jump late, like it's still doable. Anyway, I just wanted to show that off. A similar situation happened a bunch of times actually, where it was like kind of close to do the running away dodge, but it still works if you run away as fast as you can and do like a late jump. It should be consistent.